Hi all, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be covering a very common scenario, and you must have come across that scenario many a times while automating your process. And we'll see how can we overcome that scenario or solve that scenario in the easiest way possible. So let's have a look at the Excel. So here you can see a lot of columns, and suppose you have to extract only certain number of columns from this whole full of columns. You have to extract just EFG column, or you have to just extract OPQ column, or it could be any random column. Suppose you have to extract the fourth column, then the ninth or 10th column, and then the 15th column, and you have to sort some columns and things like that you can do in a very easy way. So to achieve that, what we'll be doing is we'll be having a data table. So that can just be achieved by a read range. We pass in the path and we get a data table, and we'll create a data view out of the data table. So data view is basically the view of your data, the multiple views possible for your data. So that's data view. So let's see how we will do it. So we'll drag in a read range. We'll pass in the path of the file, which is data.xlsx, and we'll mark the range as a full range so that it reads all the data available in Excel, and we'll assign it to a DT. Once we have in our DT, we'll create a data view out of this DT. For that, we'll be creating a variable first of all of the type data view, and we'll name it DT view. Let's change the type from the browse for types, and the type would be system.data.data view, or you can simply type data view and you'll get in. You don't have to type this whole thing. If you simply type data view, you need not to remember the class and all. If you simply type data view, you'll just get this thing and you'll have to select it. Okay, here you go. So you have created a variable of type data view, and now we will see how we can convert our data table into a data view. So for that, you'll just have to write new data view, and you'll have to pass in your data table. And you pass in your data table. So here you have a data view already created. Now, out of this data view, you want only certain columns to be extracted and not all the columns. So for that, what you're going to do is, it's very simple. You will type in your data view. You will say convert this data view to table, and in the bracket, you have to pass in your column name as string. So now the question is, how are you going to pass in multiple columns? So it's simple. You can pass in an array of strings which contains all the column names. If you just press in the arrow up and arrow down button, you will be able to see this type of function, which is having first parameter as a boolean and the second parameter as an array of string which contains your column name. So let's create an array of strings containing your column name. So we'll name it column name. The type would be an array of string, and over here you can mark in your column names. So I'll just pick up any random column. I'll pick up column A, I'll pick up column G, and I'll pick up column E. So this is my array of string, and I'll be passing this thing, and I'll create a new variable of type DT, which will be my new DT, and I'll change in the type to data table, and that's it. I'll assign this to DT new, that my new data table contains dt.view table. I'll mark in true. So now what does this true or false, the first parameter which we are passing as in boolean, helps us in? We'll just see, and we'll pass in column name. So now if I mark it false, so over here you can see this fourth column is repeated. It's just the replica of the third row. The third and fourth row are the same. What this Boolean true thing would do, it would only return me the distinct values, distinct rows which are present in the column I am extracting. So I'm extracting only 3 columns. So if combining those 3 columns, there is any row which is getting repeated, it would not be extracted. It would only return me the unique rows if it's true. But if it's not true, it would even return me the duplicate row. So according to your use case or according to the output you want, you can play around this thing. If you want the unique things only to be returned or unique rows, you can pass in true. The default value is false. If you do not pass anything, it's false. And if you want the repeated thing also to be returned, then you can just only pass in the column names. It would take in the default value as false and return you the repeated values as well. Now let's just write this thing using a right range. Okay, so here we go with right range. So we'll try placing it in the same Excel file so that it's easy for us to check. So we'll pass in the same file name. We'll mark in the range is complete, and in sheet 1 we'll pass in sheet 2, and here goes our new data table. Okay, let's close this thing to see the output, and before that let's check in, do we have anything in. Okay, so we'll mark it sheet 3 because in sheet 2 we already have the data, so we'll say sheet 3. Okay, let's close the Excel and run this thing to see the output. Okay, and let's execute this. So first it would read the DT, convert it to a data view, then post that data view, it would convert it to a data table, and also check in the parameters which we have passed with the function, it's true. So the unique values, unique rows would only be returned to us, and the columns as we have desired. So before opening the Excel, let's check what all column values we have passed. So we have passed A, G, and E. Now let's open the Excel and see the result of the execution. So, okay, the same mistake which I usually do, I have not clicked on check header, but we can check in the values of A, G, and E. So it's A1, G, A, E, G. I'll just have to check. Okay, so it's A, G, and E. Okay, so we have got 1, we have got 2, and we have got 5. So it's 1 to 5, and we have got 1 to 5, and 7, 8, 9 is not repeated because we have checked in, we have written true. And what we'll do, we'll just delete the whole data and of this sheet, save it and run it again with false and with add headers ticked. So we'll click on add headers, and this time we'll pass in false, and then we'll see whether we get in distinct values or we get in the repeated values. So our expected output is that we'll be getting the repeated values as well because we have marked it as false, the first parameter. So we'll get 1, 2, 5, and then 7, 8, 9, and 7, 8, 9. That will be repeated. So now let's open the Excel to see. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 7, 8, 9 repeated. And using data view, you can easily even sort your this thing, the rows and the data you want to sort in, and that's also very easy once you have the data view in place. So what you can do is you can just simply write DT view, and you have this sort function available, and you'll have to pass in the when you have to pass in how you have to sort in. So you'll just have to pass in like this, that if you want to sort a particular column, so you'll say I have to sort a column and I have to sort it ASC. I think ASC or ASE, it's for ascending, one is for ascending, and if you see DSC, so that's for descending. So this you pass in the string format, the column name and whether you want to sort it in ascending order or in descending order. And this way you can even sort that data of yours. And once you have sorted, and then you can convert it to a table and write it to Excel. So with the help of data view, you can easily achieve this thing instead of dragging in a for each loop and iterating for every row for sorting it or even for extracting it. You don't have to write any complex queries, and you can just do it in a single line of code. So that's all for this video. I hope you like this video and it helps you. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.